There you
Dang, dude, you're so low.
I love this plane! It doesn't bite you at all. Hey, welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh.
And I'm Alex.
And today we got a good opportunity here. We're gonna have a first experience.
Yes, we have the Flite Valiant from Horizon Hobby.
Yep.
And right out of the box, well, first off, it's my favorite color, so I'm a little bit biased, but it's a gorgeous looking airplane. And it looks like it's going to be somewhat sporty.
Yeah. One thing that's really cool about the Valiant, it reminds me of like those awesome airplanes you saw back in like the late 80s that were just like in everybody's car.
Yes.
You know, the build-up balsa wood airplanes has a lot of beautiful lines to it. I love the fact that it has flaps on it, but it also has safe, which if you guys don't know what safe is, it basically gives you the ability to limit the behavior so you can be a good trainer as well as a good sport plane.
Yes.
Now we have that on this switch so we can get the best of both worlds and we'll be able to have some fun. But in the meantime, we want to get our first experience, share it with you, good or bad. You're gonna see it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try some aerobatics too.
Ready?
So we're at Hawks Field today, and part of the reason we came here is because
uneventful.
It has part of the reason we came to Hawks Field is because it has a pretty perfectly groomed runway.
Yeah, once we saw the wheel pants, it's like they either have to come off or we gotta find a nice runway. Oh my gosh, dude. All right, for first experiences for me here, this plane's on rails. I actually took off in safe and I wasn't expecting that. I flipped the switch the wrong direction. Right now I'm flying with safe turned off. Now it's still, if you have a windy day, it'll still give you the ability to basically, you know, fight the wind. You won't feel like you're flying in windy weather, but everything else is all you. You can fly it inverted.
I'm just getting mine trimmed out.
Are you?
It's a little wonky.
That's probably because I set it up.
I kind of feel like maybe what happened was you saved it on a model that already existed on the transmitter. Because normally the planes like this from Horizon just come perfectly tuned. That was cool.
Look at that. You know what this reminds me of? Is a tail dragger version of an Apprentice.
Yeah.
As it sits right now. It definitely has a lot more roll authority. Though.
Yes, definitely. It's the first thing I noticed. Okay, starting to feel a little bit better here.
Are you flying acro?
Yeah, I'm on Austin's transmitter here.
Oh, we don't know what could happen.
And Josh bound it, so I think that I'm maybe like flying with quad settings or something.
Dude, this is amazing. Now we're only flying out
of
of
the left?
Freecell 2200 is all we're flying off of. Oh, I love this.
Okay, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Now I always have a I'm a softie for any kind of plane that has a very functional landing gear.
Yeah.
And just taxiing it around now, I will say you probably need a pretty well groomed grass runway or concrete runway. But that being said, the landing gear on this thing is awesome. I really like the way that it flexes. Like the landing gear flexes when you hit the ground and when you hit bumps, just like a real airplane would, which is awesome. I like controlling airplanes on the ground almost as much as I do in the air.
Oh wow, I just popped flaps.
How is it?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
All right, I'm gonna come in for a touch and go.
Yeah, now with the flaps, you got to carry a little bit of elevator with your mix here. And one really cool thing that we're going to show you guys is how to set one of these up. We got a lot of requests here saying, that's great with the airplane, but how did you get it set up? How did you get it to fly well? What's your tune? Well, the neat thing about this is if you flip to usually page 8 or 9 on pretty much any Horizon manual, it shows you exactly what to do. So what we're going to do here to show you the setup here, we really want you to have a good experience with this. We're going to show you the setup in a link down below. So feel free to click on that. It'll show you exactly what to do to program your Valiant with your radio.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that touch and go was it was so uneventful. It was just like perfect. And actually, I've been flying it pretty fast.
Yeah.
I took my hand off the throttle and it slows down really nice. Oh, dude, inverted is like
it's a breeze.
It's almost just like flying it normal.
Have you done inverted yet?
Yeah, I'm inverted right now.
Oh, that's what you just said. Yeah, just a touch of forward pressure is all you need.
And the more airspeed you have, the less forward pressure you need.
Now, typically what you find in airplanes like this is you'll get a lot of coupling with high-wing airplanes. This is a really nice balance between the two. You will need to kind of cross control, especially if you do a knife edge. But a good tip for knife edge here, if you just start slowly riding in it and just start slowly feeding in rudder, and do a couple passes kind of cross control, just cross control, skidding it around the runway. And then as you kind of learn how it feels, then commit a little bit more each time. And eventually you'll be doing a perfect knife edge down the runway.
Now, Josh, you're a lot better at doing knife edges than I am, but I do know enough to know that when you do knife edge, you're gonna do one of two things. You're either gonna pinch the two sticks together towards each other or pull them away, depending on what side you want a knife edge on. And you want to start out by you don't want to go full knife edge right away. I've learned that it's actually really good just to kind of get used to pinching those controls, because you're actually doing the opposite direction on each control. So you're rolling to the right and you're doing rudder to the left. So just start out by doing them minorly, and you're going to notice that your aircraft starts to crab a little bit, kind of like it would do in a crosswind landing.
Yes.
That's a good way to get comfortable on how it feels when you're flying that way.
This is so cool.
This plane will not do anything bad.
No, no. And we're not even flying on the safe here.
I've been trying to like make it do bad things and it just won't. Like I like slowed it down to a stall while I was crabbing and it just did fine. Hey, you want to do a formation touch and go?
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing one notch of flaps.
One notch of flaps here too. Dude, look, you gotta drive it to the ground.
Glide's really good.
There you go. Now here's a really cool thing here. This reminds me of models that you'd see oftentimes usually carried a 25 to 40 size glow engine. This has such a light wing loading.
Yes.
You can fly it at half the speed, and it's so much more forgiving than what you typically experience. I love, well, one notch of flaps is perfect.
It is. Well, when you have no flaps, it flies like a sporty, more aerobatic. And then with one notch of flaps, it kind of floats, which is definitely my kind of style flying.
Landings is definitely a breeze.
I haven't messed up a landing yet, and that's definitely not usual.
All right, I want to do it inverted. We've been flying every bit of what, 7 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
I wonder what our batteries are going to look like when we land. There we are. Now one thing don't do is don't hit flaps while you're inverted. It's awkward. The little turbulence usually right about there. There you go.
Dang, dude, you're so low.
I love this plane! It doesn't bite you at all. Oh my gosh, I hear someone's beeper. I think that's ours.
No, I think that's
right.
TJ's.
TJ's?
Yeah, it's me. I gotta swap batteries.
All right, I just hit full flaps. I want to see what my battery's like. Full flaps. And there you go. Let's see how you do. That's awesome. That's Alex's favorite taxi music, is that. All right. What do you think of it, man?
Sorry, man. I tried to land it, but I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I had to take back off again. Give me a second. I just love it. Honestly, like, and it's one of the more forgiving planes that I've ever flown with like that amount of flaps. Like normally when you add flaps, it just like changes the characteristics quite a bit, but the mix on this is so forgiving.
Yeah. Now one thing that kind of got me a little nostalgic.
So cool.
It's so cool, good landing. Now one thing that got me a little nostalgic about this is I was talking about how this reminded me of a lot of my gassers in the past and stuff, a lot of glow airplanes in the past. I've actually flown gas longer than, even to this day, than I've ever flown electric. And it got me a little nostalgic because I love the noise, I love the smell of the gas. I just love, you know, the presence of them in the air. And what the cool thing with this Valiant here is they actually have a 30cc size version of this, which is balsa wood. It's built up, but it runs off of a nice, reliable gas engine. And one thing we've been touring around is starting like a beginner series, but with glow and gas motors, mainly gas, because now you can get a gas motor that's very small, very reliable, and also very affordable too. So let us know down in the comments if you'd like to see a beginner series. I would love to see something like the Ultra Stick and like this Valiant in bigger form. And what we do is we take the same power plant and we step through different models, but using the same power plant. That way you're not shelling out, you know, $1,000 each airplane. You're just shelling out what the airframe costs, and all the servos and everything can transfer from one to the other.
Yeah, and if you fly gas or glow airplanes, let us know down in the comments what you like to fly, and also what you'd like to see covered in like a beginner series for gas and nitro airplanes.
Yeah. So what's your first experience about this? You like it?
First experience is, well, of course I do. This plane's awesome. Like I said, from the get-go, I liked it because it was blue, but there's a whole lot more to it than just its color. Like, it flies fantastic. I'd say, you know, the type of person that would really like this plane is, I'd say, beginner to intermediate, even advanced flyers, because the cool thing I like about it is you get the best of both worlds. Yeah. It's got that iconic kind of scale civil aviation look to it, but it's also like a sport performer. Yes. Like it flew very sporty. It's very precise. You
can throw virtually any aerobatics you could dream of. You can throw out of this. It's not a 3D airplane, but it's definitely a precision aerobatic plane. You can get beautiful, clean lines, and you can definitely grow from beginner all the way up through intermediate and advanced with one airframe. which I think is exceptional. Now, this is just an overview. This is our first experience with it. We wanted to share it with you for good or bad. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job tuning his in very well.
I got it figured out.
But we are gonna have a linked video to show you guys exactly how to do that.
And make sure you guys are subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. We do like 4 to 5 videos a week now covering all aspects of aviation. We go RC, we do planes, we do quads, we even do general aviation.
And we all love all different styles of content too. We love our crazy challenges, we love our reviews, we love our, just overviews, things like this.
Yes.
But there's always different types of content, including build videos. So please, if you haven't subscribed before, check this out. Go look through our videos. There's probably something for you there.
See you guys next time.